Welcome and thank you for joining me in episode number 2. This is episode number 2. I'll just write the numbers in this block here. We are busy with episode number 2. In marriage is a relationship and divorce is a pain in the tut. And in the any type of relationship, both men and women suffer, but women suffer more than men. Please give me your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for your encouragement. Please send me your hearts. Please subscribe if you have subscribed. Thank you. Tell others to join these programs. Let's try and figure out how to have a happy marriage and avoid divorce when we can. But if it's inevitable, then we need to look at that. And as what I mentioned, this is from my book called Marriage is a Relationship. I don't know if you can see that. Marriage is a relationship. I don't know if you can see that. The gold foil is shining there. I don't know if you can see it. Okay. And then as I mentioned, the word marriage is a relationship comes from the title of the book. Every chapter, M is for money or mother-in-law, A-R. So marriage is a relationship, 26 chapters. And then the last chapter which I've added is chapter number 27, what happens on the wedding night. But this is age restriction because there we will be talking about various things from a medical point of view. So very briefly, there are 5 stages of a relationship. 5 stages of a relationship. Stage 1 is a honeymoon phase where everything is going well. After the stage 1, and I always tell in my arbitration with various couples, I tell them that you must try, there are 6 phases of the letter number 6. If you can manage to cope the initial 6 months of your marriage, that everyone is on cloud 9 and everything is looking fine. But if you can manage the first 6 months, you are doing well. Then if you can manage the first 6 years, you are doing very well. If you can manage the first 6 years, then you can go for the next 60 years. So try and look after the first 6 months, then the first 6 years, and then 60 years. But we find that the honeymoon phase ends usually by the first 6 months. That's when problems start occurring. That's when your rose-colored glasses are out, and all of a sudden you start seeing the nitpicking things. You know, your husband is not so perfect as what you thought. The wife is not so perfect as what you thought. Now all of a sudden, you know, the novelty of wedding gets over. You're out from cloud 9, and now you start seeing problems, and you say, yes, like, did I make a mistake? Or was this person lying to me all along? Was he lying to me? Was she lying to me? You start having self-doubt. So then that's a stage 1. So first stage 1 is honeymoon period. You don't look at anybody's fault. You think your partner is perfect. You're on honeymoon. Everything is going well. People are celebrating you. But then you go to stage 2, which is a power struggle. Now you start seeing faults in your partner. Now it becomes a power struggle. Now there's finger pointing and finger blaming. Then you need stage 3, you need to accept the person and you need to adapt. You need to start adapting. First, many people try and change a partner. You can't change another human being. You can only change part of that person, but 90% of that person won't change. So you have to change. You don't expect another person to change. You must change. So until you get to stage 4 where you accept that person 100% into your life, and in stage 5 you are then oneness where you are 2 souls in one body. Everything is on the same wavelength. You're made of mind, body, soul and heart. Your mind is on the same wavelength. Your body is on the same wavelength. Your soul is on the same wavelength, and your heart's on the same wavelength. Okay, so that's the 4 stages of any type of relationship. So very briefly, let's get going. But before we start with chapter 1, let's just have a very look at a picture parade, and then we'll start with chapter 2 in the next video, in this chapter 1 in the next video. Okay, so in very brief, let's look at what happens in a marriage relationship. Firstly, you have an instant attraction. Boy looks at girl, girl looks at boy. You look in each other's eyes and you're swimming in a deep ocean of love. Nothing else matters. Just the 2 eyes looking into each other. Deep longing to say, this is the person I want to marry. This is my soulmate. I don't want anybody else. And the world starts spinning and spinning and spinning, and you're starting to feel dizzy and you go weak at the knees and you say, this is the person for me. I want to get married to this person. Even your friends or family tell you no. Immediately you got that first glance, that first attraction, and you say, yes, this is the person for me and nobody else. Okay, that's the first phase, the first attraction. Boom! That's when Cupid's arrow hits you. You don't know what hit you. Then you start spinning. You start spinning like a top. Before you know it, the bride is ready. She puts henna on her hands and she's looking forward to the wedding day, and she says, this is the person I want to marry, and I'm looking forward to spend a lifetime of happiness. Imagine what a woman is going through. She said, I have chosen you as my mate for life. I have chosen you, and I want my children from you and from nobody else. So now I am preparing myself to be exquisitely beautiful from head to toe for my husband, because I am taking my marriage seriously, I'm taking my vows seriously, and I'm going to marry you, and I'm preparing myself for that delightful wedding day which will remain for me with me forever. Then we get to the next stage, which is the heart is now hooked and there is no turning back. Now we're going ahead. Now the romance is starting. Laka, 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 laka. So all the preparations have been made. Money comes, friends are helping, the wedding preparations have been made months in advance. The wedding preparations, the hall has been booked, the invitations have been set out, and the bride sits because it's her day. So she will sit with every fine detail, with the decor, how the tables must be set, how the plates must be set, how the cutlery must be set, what kind of food must be had. So this is her special day. So everything is gone down into exquisite fine detail, because you know what? Women are more artistic than men. So she will make absolutely sure that this is her day, this is her moment. She is the princess of the day, and she is looking for this exquisite wedding with the man of her dreams, her Prince Charming, that's going to take her on a white horse, and they're going to ride together off into sunset. Tarzan and Jane and Titanic. You know, what's her name? Was it Rose and so was it Sam? Rose. Okay, so one of these. And then the special day. The special day. The two hands are together, the rings on the fingers, and we are bonded for life. And God is a witness. And the angels are the witness. And the people who have come are a witness to our bond and our union. And now we are happy. And everybody saying, wow, what a fabulous wedding. And then there is the honeymoon. They go for honeymoon. Everyone is on cloud nine. There is happiness and is joy. Two young couples happily married in love, and everyone is wishing them joy. They are taking selfies, they are taking photos, and they are sending with videos to their families. And everyone at home is so happy to say, wow, look how happy they are. What a fabulous place you went to, and everything is going so well. We are feeling so happy for you, and everything is going well. And then there are two souls on fire. There are two souls on fire, and they are so passionate, and everything is going well, and the love is there for everyone to see. They say, wow, what a delightful couple. And then there's little love romantic notes, and the woman gives her heart and soul to the man, and before he leaves, she writes him a little love note with a little kiss on it, so then he thinks of her during the day. Little romantic notes under the pillow, and she packs his little lunch, and in the lunch has a little another note there with a little kiss there, because she loves the man of her life, and she says, I love you forever and forever and forever and forever. And she keeps reminding him with these love notes, and she says, nothing can go wrong and everything is fine. Before you know it, what happened? Thorns start to appear. Who brought thorns into our bed of roses? What went wrong? So before you know it, this romantic couple are shouting and fighting with each other. The husband has got selective deafness. She's trying to talk to him. He doesn't want to listen. He's just ignoring her. He is stonewalling her. She's trying to explain to him, don't you understand what I am saying? They are fighting and screaming with each other, and the neighbors are saying, what happened to this couple? They were such a beautiful couple. Then they start blaming each other. It's your fault. No, it's not my fault. It's your fault. No, it's not my fault. It's your fault. And then even the parents get involved. The grandparents get involved. The parents get involved. The in-laws get involved. And everyone is pointing fingers at everyone else. Everyone is pointing fingers at everybody else. No one wants to take responsibility for things that go wrong. The man starts regretting. Did I make a mistake? Was this a jail sentence? What did I do? Should I have escaped while I had a chance? I shouldn't have gotten into this in the first place. So all type of wrong thoughts go into the brain. And then we say, so is there a solution? Is there a master key to marriage? Why is it that some people live happily ever after, well into old age. This is a young romantic couple that she had a Prince Charming, and this delightful old lady, she found a Prince Charming, and they've been married for 30, 40, 50 or 60 years, and they're still happy. They still sit under the shade, and they still leave little romantic notes for each other. They still kiss each other. They still hold hands. How do they make it? What is the key? So join me as we go through this book. Marriage is a relationship. Keep encouraging me. Subscribe. Tell your friends who want to get married, or those who are undergoing divorce, or if you are married, tell me your thoughts. Give me your comments. Give me your heart so I can continue with this. But give me your comments. What have you found good about marriage? What have you found bad about marriage? And if you have gone through divorce, what was the difficulty about the divorce? Did you end up in financial problems? Was your brain affected? Was your body affected? Was your soul affected? Was your heart affected? And may all this good for you come to in abundance. But stay tuned as we're going through this topic, which is on everyone's lips. Marriage is a relationship of love, but divorce is a pain in the... Stay well, look after yourself.